They've got a chance as well. This one's underway. It's going to be 4 sets of armor bought up on the CT side. Flamey's the utility player. On the opposing side, it's Kerrigan that's going to be holding on to the nades, and they're already putting pressure onto B. Seized will be the first to spot it. Flamey's rotated back early to cover him off, but it's going to be slow. They just want to get map control, Astralis.
Yeah, this is get control of Banana, a very lucrative part of the map. You can see Seized is facing aggressively, does a little bit of damage, but receives some as well. And he has got Flamey backing him up, and Zipex on the other side of the map just holding things together with the flanks. They have obtained the Banana control now, push the CTs back towards the site. So this is what they wanted to do. That's the objective complete. Now they can slow things down, still have their utility intact.
It's just a waiting game now as well for Guardian. Zeus already considering the possibility that B is still going to come under threat. So they actually stacked it up a little bit more heavy. If Zipex and Dupree can get in toward apartment, find Edward, or pull one more player off of this, get one pick, this could change the entire landscape and force them to work into the A site. And still, though, Kerrigan is holding on to the utility. So the smoke and flash are both still in play.
We can see now Dupree and Zipex have got control of the A apartments. Dupree, one of his favorite areas of the map, going for this initial kill now. The exchange comes in. Can he find a shot? It's actually Guardian to open things up here, taking down Dupree and giving the man advantage in favor of NaVi.
And that's going to force them back. Consider falling back at least, and as they do so, look what Seized has done. He's worked down into Banana. He's got to be careful. He's heard Kerrigan coming, so he's trying to fall away from this. He's called for the rotation already, and Edward getting Zipex means that the lurk is completely gone on the A site, and a 3-man rotation onto the B site means that this is going to be a huge problem as they try and work into B. Smoke's going to go towards CT, cut off the choke point, but they're already inside of it, and they're going to drop the bomb. It's just down to Kerrigan. He's going to get one at least. But Zeus closes the round.
So after obtaining the Banana control and looking like they had a real control of the situation, it's Astralis going for that first pick from Boiler. Dupree goes down, and they lost everything at that stage. C's pushed down towards Banana, gained so much information, and Astralis was forced to go back towards B. 3 players for NaVi waiting for them, and they completely mow them down as they make their way to the bomb site. So there it is, NaVi take the 1-0 lead. They're going to round number 2. We haven't seen a force buy from Astralis. This is quite rare, actually. We normally see teams that don't plant the bomb in the pistol will be force buying up in a second with the Tech 9s and armor. They're going for more of a conservative approach here.
I do have the 2 Deagles, Dupree on the armor as well. But it is more conservative than normal. MP9's out on both Flamey and Seized with no armor on 4 of the opposition. This could be a huge chance for those guns to capitalize. Zipex and Dupree again going to try and get apartments control. Kerrigan is joining that direction as Cajun and Device try and open up Banana, get the control of it on the opposing side, but already shut down as Flamey finds Cajun, and Device is going to be spotted in under the arches looking for the Deagle shot. We know Astralis has the accuracy with them, but it's a run and gun. Seized, he's having none of it.
This is when the MP9s are so effective. No head armor to actually hold them off. They're going to mow through you. Lafrag's coming in towards middle. Edward gets the first, and he gets a double and a triple as well. Easy round there for NaVi, not dropping a single frag. That was to be expected. Astralis, like I said, didn't invest too much into that round, so still, money's still relatively healthy. They were going to the next one with a full buy. Could definitely get an AWP as well, but this one should be the throwaway round. Won't be investing much more than some PT50s into this one, so NaVi, another chance for them just to farm a little bit more cash with those SMGs and make sure they keep the rifles in hand.
And efficiency's key as well. Like you said, they could start to build up back and potentially go for that bonus round that we talk about. It will be the full save.
The bonus round
from the P250s.
On Inferno as well is very effective. You've got many close range, tight angles and choke points to go down. And Flamey just wants to take the battle towards in this round. Wants to get the firewall going in, and there it is. He gets the first frag, and Edward chiming in as well.
And he's got to get back, though, because he was dinked up in that. It is going to be Kerrigan gone. They push Banana as soon as they go more passive into mid. So it's a good sucker punch right now from NaVi, and another fully efficient round. All 5 stay alive. This is brilliant, like you say, because if they go for the bonus, even if they allow a reset, they build up such a good economy that they're going to have all the utilities required, and it's such an important factor on Inferno.
So what we mean by when we say the bonus round, guys, is basically, actually not going for it at all. Like, you have the option, after you've had 3 clean rounds in a row without dropping many frags, you obviously have SMGs from that second round. It means you can take them to the gun round and take a risk. You have the money to upgrade to a rifle, but it looks like NaVi have opted for, I guess, the safer route down this one. They're going to upgrade to an AWP and another M4 as well, so leave the MP9s towards spawn. And, of course, Guardian, you want him to have the AWP at all times, the world's best sniper. Let's see what he can bring to the table here. He's going to be up against Device, who's got the same weapon. He'll be facing towards Banana and looking like he'll be smoked out for now, but you assume a boost will be coming in momentarily.
You would expect it. Guardian's going to hold in the apartments, gives more freedom to the AKs, or rather, excuse me, the M4s that sit at the arch side at top middle. Flamey in the open, looking to get a flash out, try and go for a peek, see if they are running that boost, because the smoke has dissolved. But Device is just sitting back. They don't want to take this fight. They know how important this round is, Astralis, to try and do as much damage as possible to NaVi.
So this is good from Navi. They have got full banana control, but the problem is they've expended their smokes very early on in the round. So they'll have to fall back. They can get back up from the middle as well. You can throw smokes over the top of the map, but it's going to be more of a difficult hole for them now. And Astralis are aware of that. You can see them slowing things right down. Dupree, of course, getting that apartment's control, as I mentioned before. Boiler room, heavy area of contention for him. It's where he gets most of his entry frags and opens up the map. But it's going to be Guardian to do it this time. He takes him down. Man advantage once again in favor of Navi.
Good positioning from Guardian. It works. He sat and waited patiently, and now it's going to push the offense toward Beat. As you said, the smokes did go out really early, but they still had one to throw, and it's gone down now at the top of Banana at 34 seconds left on the clock. This still has about a 10-second duration. A further one as well. They're going to have to go through this. Either go through this or get back to A, and it looks like that's going to be the choice instead.
Running out of time, though, for sure. 20-second mark, and they still haven't got any real say in terms of the bomb control, but Guardian's waiting towards the top of middle now as they come up.
Guardian's gonna hold the angle, goes for the peek late, finds the first one. It's Edward to cut off the crossfire. Device found a good refrag with his AWP. That will give up the arch side, or rather, excuse me, the truck side and pit, but bomb going down again. All on Kerrigan. The round's over. It's 7 seconds. He's got to kill this out, and he gets 2 kills. But the other 2 smart enough that they will not face. And Kerrigan just needs to run. He can't afford to die after the time.
Well, it makes it expensive, at least, for Navi, taking down 3 players towards the end, but Navi played that so perfectly. That final smoke they chucked down towards the top of Banana with 30 seconds remaining, like he said, it was do or die time at that point. They either run through it and hope for the best, or they force themselves back towards middle, which is the option they went for. But you saw Guardian just so ready for him. Such a simple shot. They've got no time really to actually execute efficiently and make sure they're covering all the angles. Run up and hope for the best. Guardian gets the first pick and the bomb taken down as well. Flawless round for them. It's just Kerrigan that makes things interesting with those last 2 souvenir kills. As it goes 4-0 in favor of Navi now. Astralis onto an eco. We obviously have Kerrigan's AK saved from the last round. Can definitely do something with that, but it's going to be a challenging round for sure.
Massively challenging round. That helps, though. Cajun B with the deagle does start it off. Flamey tries to re-peek it. He's got to fall back at this, and he's actually going to get himself in a position where he could be exposed. 34 HP. Nade flash again, just trying to discourage Astralis long enough to let Seized come over and give him support, but they've divided the defense. And that AK is still on the A site. It's going to try and go out of Boiler. Kerrigan, he's just buying his time, goes for the peek, the jump, the bait, but Seized is very smart. He gets in behind the pillar. They can't try and set the crossfire. It is going to be gathered, though. And now it's just on Edward. He's got pit control. Such a strong position to be in. Device, he walks in, gets a headshot. Finally, it's answered. And now they get a bomb plant at the very least out of this.
Edward with 4 kills. It's going to be a 2-on-1 round. Should be safe here for the CTs, but Dupree definitely sells a shout in this. 36 HP and the incendiary drop. Only has the PG-50 to work with. Can he do anything with this? Going to be swarmed on the bomb site. It's going to be Seized to take him down with the Desert Eagle in the end, through the box. But there it was, Astralis. It was Cajun B to open things up with a lovely Desert Eagle headshot towards B. That made things very interesting. Peeled away a CT, that was in the form of Seized towards Banana. And that was our ideal opportunity to go back towards middle. Had it not been for Edward stepping up so massively from the truck side, could have been a round going in favor of Astralis. Wasn't meant to be this time. And it goes 5-0 as we enter round number 6. Astralis, after getting the plant, definitely have ample cash here going into this one. Going to have the AWP back out on Device.
I mean, that's the big thing. Ample cash, yes, with the full bonus plus the bomb plant, but there's still decent money built up on NaVi, despite making the last 2 rounds quite close. So that just goes to show you how good of a start they really had in this game.
Yeah, a lot of interesting situations, but let's see if Astralis going to change things up. Being quite a default play from them so far, just trying to gain control and work a pick. So far, it's been Guardian opening the map out pretty consistently. This time, Cajun B making his way towards Banana. We can see Flamey towards the top. Not such an aggressive approach from him this time. Not going to be smoking down towards the bottom.
Late peek potentially from Guardian. He does check down mid-late. Device wasn't shown. He's just going to hold the angle. Chickens might get in his way. Can't quite see through those as easily. Device is now going to turn his attention on toward B. Flamey again in behind the sandbags. It's Seized. That's going to try and pop a flash out over top and go for the peek potentially on Flamey. But he's got to be a little bit careful now, because as they get forward, that Molotov, if it had been a second later, he would have been dead to rights.
Once again, trying to get that apartment's control will be Zipex and Dupree. The Guardian changing up his position. He was Banana last round. He's going to be towards the quad side. Smoke goes down towards the top of middle, but they're aware of Dupree's antics towards Boiler, so they'll be holding on to it. Zeus boosted up as well, and the smokes have been deployed. This will slow Astralis down momentarily.
So they have got some positioning inside of apartments. I think a footstep was just made. I think I did hear one footstep, and right now with that boost on the atrium, they're going to have heard that. Zeus absolutely knows they have to be in there, so instantly they go for the Molotov inside a Boiler. That buys more time. 38 seconds left to work with right now for Astralis. Smoke's going out in front of Library and on the arch, but right now I think this is actually just trying to force the rotations, but 3 players truck side A means it's a long ways back to B. If Device can open this up, there's a chance. But once again, it's Astralis that's bleeding out the time. We talk about NaVi, good flash. Zeus has no idea. They've already made it out of top mid. And now dupreeh goes. It's all going the way of Astralis. Kerrigan finds Edward. Pit's gone. They can stack A side all they like, but none of them finding a kill.
Yeah, round over. 3 kills is what is required as Astralis completely swarmed the A bomb side. Perfect execution there, smoking off towards the outside, and he saw the Atrium boost just made redundant with those flashbangs. Perfect timing there, and they just find all the kills. It was Kerrigan getting 2, and dupreeh finding 1, and the Chicken's excited, of course, doing a little dance in second mid.
Biased Chicken, clearly an Astralis fan.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, why not? That's all it takes.
Knives and chickens, that's all we need.
Exactly. Well then, Astralis finally arrived here and keeping 5 players alive as well. It was a fantastic round from them. It looked like it could have been gone either way. They only had 20 seconds. They finally went to the mid-execute, but Kerrigan so good at entering those situations by himself. He normally says he wants to set up for his star players, but sometimes he can have that massive entry potential as well. Finds the headshots that are required and runs over NaVi. They finally arrive. 5 plays 1 now, like he said before though. Money has been reasonable for NaVi. You can see Zeus is a little bit low, but the money can be distributed accordingly, and they should have a full buy here.
So reset becomes a possibility. Very important. They kept so many players alive. That was perfect. Zeus, they had the double boost as well. Edward gets caught. We know he likes to play in that position. We've seen it a few times from him, even this weekend. So good read to get around the corner so quickly. Even still, they had a second man that would have followed out, and it's a one-and-done spot. Device this time going to go over toward the B side, and it's Seas that's forward. Flamey, he's just rotating back over. He initially went toward the top of middle in case that peek from Guardian didn't work, and they didn't actually throw the A side smoke over to B to actually allow for more time and more utility for C, so that could have been dangerous. But Astralis is playing a much slower pace than we normally see from them.
Yeah, they're going for that banana control once again. Kerrigan, Device, and Cajun B, 3-man unit, just pushing back the CTs, trying to establish control of that area, make the CTs expend the smokes they have remaining. The bomb is still down in T-spawn, so they're not going to be executing anytime soon. Xyp9x and dupreeh is a classic standard from Astralis. 2 heavy areas of conflict for them, banana and the apartments area. Once they have that, that's when they can go and make their mid-round decisions. But this time we haven't got Guardian challenging the apartments or towards banana. He's actually towards the arch side, so that's what you have to watch out for. He's in a different position almost every single round. It's what you need to establish before you can make your next move.
Here we go again. Cajun B is going to set the first smoke. That's going to go in behind Guardian at the arch. The second one will land directly in front of him. And Guardian's going to fall away from that position immediately, go more passive on the archway side, go to library, try and hold off and help Edward right now in apartments, but that gives up the top of middle to both dupreeh and Kerrigan. They're going to try and go again. 1-2 punch. Kerrigan's going to distract it. dupreeh's going to wait for his moment. Xyp9x is going to pop out of apartments at the same time. They go, and it works. Both of them get an entry kill. It's perfect again from Astralis. And it's dupreeh to find Guardian. He just waited until he was pushed back.
So nice. That's just beautiful CS from Astralis. Getting the map control first, knowing exactly where they want to execute on which side of the map, going towards quad once again this side, and it's an almost identical round to what we saw before. A different stack from NaVi here, more coordinated towards the bomb side, but the result's exactly the same. Astralis finding those first 3 kills unreturned, and Seized and Flamey just left on the other side of the map, looking at 6s and 7s here, but what can you do? 5-on-2, and this time Astralis can justify going on the hunt. The money's a little bit stronger, and they know they can start to break NaVi at this point.
Yeah, this is perfect situation. That
Hello.
nearly gets shown.
There it is! Let's go! The boost prevails, and now Deceased cowering towards banana. He will be taken down as well. Lovely stuff there from Astralis. We'll have a look at the money for NaVi. They're definitely going to be unique in this round. They could force buy it, be very weak indeed.
Back-to-back, no one dying as well for Astralis on those rounds means they're up toward 10K already. That's huge. That's so massive that they're able to pull those rounds off in that fashion.
Yeah, really, really nice stuff from them. Just like I said, textbook Counter-Strike. Are we going to random breaks? NaVi will indeed be on an eco here. Just sees investing in the Desert Eagle and body armor as well. He had a little bit more cash than the other guys. Guardian has got 3,200, so definitely has the orb next round. We'll see what he can do as we go into this one.
Cajun B is going to get seized immediately inside of banana. And this is a 4-man stack onto the A side, so that's given up. Cajun and Device, if they start to work that direction, they can start to find this information. They won't even need to confront, which once again means an efficient round from Astralis. They could stay 4 alive. Astralis isn't going to care in this because this is going to put them up towards 15K.
At this point, they're just waiting for the CTs to make the next mistake here. When you're a 5-4 as a CT and you've only got pistols, you need to work out something. You need to get a little bit of intel here and work out how you're going to establish yourself. But Astralis got plenty of time left, still 1 minute 10 on the clock. Going to be starting to deploy some smokes and seeing how the CTs like to show themselves. And there it is. There's the face towards middle. Not finding any kills just yet. But they are going to be edging towards Banana, and that's the perfect place for them. Not a single CT towards that side of the map.
Xyp9x is just going to fall away from this. In through the underpass, and Cajun, here we go. This is it. This is him finding that information. So this looks so good for Astralis. Yeah. NaVi going to get taken down with one already. There won't be a fast rotate to come in and try and get guns down. Xyp9x does get dinked. But he'll get out of Banana quickly enough. He's going to try and just hold the angle. That Molotov buys him time. Once this bomb goes down, now that they've cleared every possibility, they're taking their time, Astralis, to make sure there's no one lurking and waiting to catch them off. Once that bomb goes down, he'll fade away back to the site. And once this time duration goes on the bomb, they're going to exit through CT. There's no need for them to confront this.
Absolutely. There's nothing to gain at this point. No guns gathered for NaVi. You can see them boosting towards T-spawn, but Astralis not falling for that one just yet. They're going to wait for the smoke to dissipate, and Carrigan coming in now. They find 2 kills. Just going to be Edward remaining. He's in the underpass and working out how he's going to approach this situation as he starts to fall back.
It's just Edward. Why not? They are looking to go out this way. This is great. I mean, this is a wonderful round so far from Astralis.
This is what we need to see from them, though. Discipline going forward. They can't afford to throw away anything. So much on the line here. It's a semi-final at the major.
And not to mention, we know NaVi is probably right now, and Luminosity, you could argue it, but probably the best T-side team in the world in terms of tactics, in terms of strategic style. Inferno definitely lends itself to picking up rounds for them. So this is big for Astralis to start building back into this. It could have been a disaster. If they got reset at 5-1, this could have been like almost a foregone conclusion.
And what I mean by the risk there as well, like obviously they probably would have got the kill there, but just taking the chance, if someone did lose an AK and Ed was able to take them to the next round, that helps boost the CT economy. And the bigger picture is that actually really beneficial towards the CT. So it's actually really nice from Astralis not to give anything away there. And here we go then, Guardian back on the AWP. It's a faster round this time from Astralis, going straight up towards B. There's only one player there from NaVi. That's actually going to be Guardian. Solo or play. Definitely viable, but obviously, you need to hit the first shot and be able to fall back here, but Device is going to be challenging him. AWP on AWP option about to come in.
It's a battle of patience, though. Again, discipline is key. It's
nice.
Cajun there to try and sneak out and get the reface as well. Molotov lands behind Guardian, but he's smart enough not to stay out because that's what they were hoping. They were hoping they were going to find someone off. Now that that's in position, they'll go for the peak. But Guardian gets back inside the site. And although he loses and goes down to 39 HP, it's still an AWP on Guardian that we're talking about. So he's still super viable in that situation.
Yeah, he just needs an inch. It'll take you down. So 39 HP is not a huge problem for him, but he can still feel comfortable. He's going to be rotating towards the spools now. Astralis not capitalizing just yet. More of a default play from them now. They've got the banana control. Bomb is still down towards the T-steps.
Interesting thing is, they haven't got any information on B, so they're starting to look toward A, and that's where the stack was initially placed.
Yeah.
It could actually work out for NaVi in that sense, but still, it's discipline again. Look at how Astralis is playing this.
It's the same round coming in once again. I think they'll probably execute towards quad, and Zeus and Edward are waiting.
Different position for Flamey this time, though, as he gets in toward the cubby. Molotovs are still up. They could try and cover it off, but Zeus is going to open it, takes down Kerrigan, and that last Molotov, it's going to be used inside the pit instead. And nearly goes down inside the smoke. The damage to Xyp9x is done. Now they go back to B. Guardian's waiting, but Device has the angle. He looks towards Spools, and Cajun follows up.
Wow, this is so sick from Astralis. After doing that quad play 2 rounds in a row, they've done the exact same smoke, the same flat flank, sent someone in as well as the decoy, and gone straight up towards B. Peeled CTs away, and now it's a really difficult situation. Bomb has been planted, crossfire established, not a single kid on NaVi. Do they go for this?
And once again, as the round loss bonus continues to build, this will be eco situation, so saving these 3 rifles is mandatory.
So smart from Astralis there. That's just like perfect calling at that stage. Doing the exact same round, pushing the CTs back, taking away their vision and their intel, and then performing the exact same smokes that have worked so effectively towards the A site, and just having the timing down to a T as they make sure they go into the B bomb site there. Really impressive stuff. And that's going to be their 4th round in a row here. And NaVi, after going up 5-0, looking a little bit lost in the gun rounds here. They do manage to keep 3 rifles alive, but the AWP has been dropped, and the money will be a serious problem going to the next one.
It's a good point. I mean, they can't get to Guardian's AWP. Even if they can get that up, we know what an impact it can have. And with 2 guns beside it, 2 other rifles that would have been saved, it might have been viable. But they're going to force up as much as they can around this. Guardian goes to a UMP.
Oh, God. It's obviously a weapon we've seen a lot recently in the current meta. It's obviously viable in gun rounds, but would you rather have Guardian on, a UMP or the weapon he's the world's best at?
Oh, clearly the UMP.
Yeah, clear, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, exactly. C's going to take the fast face bomb, or excuse me, smoke already at the bottom of Banana, so Device is boosted early. If they had overfaced this, it could have been a huge problem. He may just spot this under the Arch's foot. It's definitely got to be showing by now. X-ray is misleading. His Device hasn't responded to this. He's trying still to see that.
Flame is aware this is a possibility. The boost is coming. You can see him getting behind the pillars there. Device known for this boost time and time again. He normally gets something out of it, but Flame is a little bit too smart this time. He is going to be edging out slightly, going to give something away. Okay, after being so disciplined for so long, decides to face, and Device, his patience pays off. And they get the man advantage. Just going from bad to worse for NaVi right now.
Guardian has to play top middle. With that UMP, Kerrigan's going to set for the Molotov. This will bounce in toward the atrium so they can clear off the angle. We've seen Zeus be playing in that position a few times throughout this match, and here it is, the set cross positions. Tries to time the shot into the flash device in case anyone wanted to peek off of it, but no one does. Guardian can't. It's just, again, the UMP, so Kerrigan gets an easy kill. And Zeus, though, follow it up. He is in that position at quad. He walks back out, and it works perfectly. Thankfully, Device gets one in turn, but it only gives them a man advantage, and Edward still has pit. We know what he can do from this position. A good Molotov to do massive damage, though. And it's all left to Seized. Bomb going down. And he's got to find not only the bomb planter, which Device he'll know is in the site, but the player inside of pit. Good counter, Molotov, good timing as well.
Yeah, not really much he can do here now. They know where he is. He made a lot of footsteps. Going to be smoking him towards the bomb site. Zipex, disciplined as usual. Not going to be overfacing the situation. Knows he'll get some vision before he gets closer to the bomb site. Doesn't land the shot, but it's enough to slow him down. And there it is. The kill comes in. Zipex gets it. It's going to be 5-5. After NaVi get 5 in a row, Astralis do the same thing. Interesting round there. NaVi trying to do what they can, pushing down Banana as Flamey.
Hello, Moses.
Hello, Moses.
Zonic reaches in, Device decided to readjust his sleeves. Zonic trying to give him a pat, and Device is like, man, come on, this is my comfort zone.
Just as we were applauding Flamey for that patience and the discipline and not facing, we said, oh, he's obviously aware Device does his boost. He just gifts him the free kill at the start, and that was obviously a horrible situation. Guardian faced to go for that Hail Mary play towards the arch side, and now look at the buy coming in. We have got an AWP, but Zeus on the max 7. They haven't got a single kit, and Device, he challenges Guardian once again and comes out victorious. 5 on 4. And that seems to be...
This is nuts. I mean, Guardian's not rolling at all right now.
No, definitely.
4 kills only, Seized on 3. The only one that's done anything, and again, it's in that pit position is Edward.
Well then, what's the reaction from the CTs? They've got one player towards B. That'll be Flamey, but he's got one flashbang to hold off the entire Astralis. I'm not really sure what the play is from NaVi right now.
Wants that
Come on.
So
oh,
and
no.
it works out, Device! That's why he's so hesitant, because Device was sitting holding the angle the whole time.
He just couldn't reach it. Inches away. Can't grab it, but there it is. Edward coming in. Double kill. Zipex is going to answer one back, but it's still a 3-on-2 in favor of Astralis.
Edward is single-handedly turning rounds and giving them a chance here. That was massive to go for that face when he did. Shotgun into Zipex puts him down onto 8 HP as well, so Edward has a chance to find a third kill in this. Still 100 HP on both he and Flamey. No kits, though. But Flamey is inside the B side. If he can stay alive here, if he can avoid detection, he can do an excellent job. And there it is. Edward gets that weakened player, so now they have to go toward this B site. Molotovs are up, but they're not going to use them. They're not going to use them like Luminosity do toward Oranges 1 and 2. And that becomes a bit of an issue because they have to check it. They do try and go toward Emo, but Flamey walks out. It's perfect.
Beautiful stuff there from Flamey. Didn't have any utility to work with. This went for raw aim, and it did deliver. 2 headshots as they made their way in, and that looked like a round Astralis had tied up. Getting that first pick on the Guardian once again. It's Edward the saves and finding 3 kills, and the play from Flamey at the end seals the deal. Lovely stuff from them, and finally they're back in this game, but they're not out of the woods just yet, Matt. That's the reset coming in, and they actually survived that round of 2 players, so it's not quite enough to actually have a full buy in this round. And if they were to lose it, it's going to mean almost certainly a double eco going into the next.
That's a scary, scary thought. So the start they had starts to save them in some sense if they have any chance in this Device. This time not going to go for the boost. He's going to get more aggressive, try and hold the angle toward Carr. There's no way WP once more out on NaVi's side, and Device finds the shot on Flamey to start things off.
Device really coming to life here on Inferno. He does find the first pick once again. It's going to be 2 players still towards B. Zeus and Flamey holding strong. I say Flamey, he's dead. It's Seized with him. It's still a 5 on 4, and they're trying to reclaim the banana here. Need to get a kill back.
Dupree's going to lurk up as well right now. He has the bomb, but still on the A site just to make note of it as Zipex holding down the apartment area so they can keep some control and try and give them an option late. And this is aggressive, this boost above the smoke. Oh, he didn't quite see it. Now he took back, and he's going to be carrying him with no idea he's there.
Now they can fall back. They've got the man advantage. They've rectified the situation, so that's what they had to do. up against the ropes now. One smoke and two flashbangs. As Astralis try to work out how they approach this next situation. Looking like a B play coming in as we hit the 45-second mark.
Wait for that smoke to dissolve at the top of mid. Edward again, though, still holding onto this quad side. Guardian's there, back turned. Edward expecting a flash. He's going to try and time this. And Guardian's got to hit the follow-up shot because he's going to be in no man's land. Edward goes for the peek fast, and Cajun, there's no angle for Guardian. He has to sit back. It's UMP in the pit. They've already spotted him, and it's, oh, timing is everything.
That's it. I don't think the CDs can justify going for this one. This round means everything, but they need to take some rifles in the next round. They can't just go in for a double eco. There's no chance of winning this. 4-on-2. And Zeus and C is the last player remaining. You can see Zeus is out already, but C still fancies something. He's going to be edging his way towards apartments. I'm not really sure the approach is here. If one player saving, I'm not entirely sure why C would risk losing his rifle, but he's going to spot Device through the rafters there and actually takes him down. So he gets something out of it at least, $300, but I'm not sure that was worth it.
He's going to try and get in toward Boiler as well. See if there's anything else to grab, any utility on the corpses as he checks them inside of Boiler. But that's going to be it. They're not going to get any more from this. Xyp9x with enough HP, he can go to the corner, stay alive in that position, and the other two, they'll get out through CT because they've got the information. NaVi's not there. Late charge here from Zeus. He's trying to pick up anything they can. There's actually a confrontation, but no one's dead yet. No one's dead yet. Zeus gets away, so he didn't miss anything.
He got the orb.
Oh, he did too. You're right. That's huge.
So that is huge. I've always said it. No matter what his teammates have in terms of weaponry, if you give Guardian an orb, some crazy stuff can go down, Matt. That's actually a really impressive play towards the end there. They knew what the orb was. It was a high-risk maneuver, but it paid off. Now this round becomes interesting.
Xyp9x was the only one that was there. You could hear the gunfire, so you're dead right. He got to that AWP, and now Guardian's on it, but how's the play? Because every time he's faced middle, he's been taken down. He's been losing the battle with Device. It was a little bit late this time getting there. He goes through the smoke. They're pushing up aggressively, and Device wins it again. Guardian's down, but watch Zeus. He's not detected. Does spot up Cajun, does damage, but now he's in the open, and Kerrigan's going to turn around and find him.
Really good communication there from Astralis, and Device once again opening up the map. I say it was Guardian that was going to dominate with that orb, but so far it's been Device time and time again winning the duel. Edward currently sat on 16 frags. He's saving them in all of these dire situations. But this round he's only got a 5-7, so it's going to come down to Seized and Flamey. They've got the rifles, but it's still a 4-on-3 in favor of Astralis. And they've got plenty of time to work with here as well, and all of their utility. Haven't had to expend anything yet. And the CTs, just a note, have 1 HE remaining to hold them off.
Whatever that's worth.
Yep, if anything.
It's Edward that's holding it 5-7 for him. Bomb inside of the apartments, 50 seconds. They've got lots of time to still evaluate the map. But Device and Dupree are coming back up middle. We need to watch for Seized in this position. Seized got a chance. There it is. The MVP on this map, the chicken, but Seized not going to peek on this. Smoke goes off in front of him. He can actually sit behind that, but that does reveal the fact that Astralis are all going to go toward the truck side of this, and Edward again inside pit, but he has no rifle this time. He's already smoked off, spotted, has to fall back. Molotov's out. Xyp9x is using it perfectly. Every time he comes out of apartments, he's forcing Edward to relocate, and that's going to allow him to get the kill. Seized got one pushing back through that smoke, but that's all he can manage, and the bomb's going to go down again.
This is another full investment from NaVi, and it's a 3-on-2. They have got a kid on Siege. You can see them rotating and working out if there's any kills available to make this an opportunity at least. Siege picks up the orb and needs to find this first frag to even have a chance of taking this round.
It's such a subtle play, but so smart in the fact that Xyp9x throws that Molotov because it's a headshot position behind that statue, so he doesn't give Edward the advantage to try and shut him down on entry.
But once again, they have salvaged the AWP, 2 of them, in fact, Matt. So that's quite a lot, considering they're only getting $1,900 into the next round. I said it before, when Guardian has the orb, he seems to deliver every time, but unfortunately in this series, he's actually been very quiet indeed. He's been Device, he's been the full MVP, and they will be saving his orbs.
Oh, rip chicken.
Are we still talking about the chickens?
As if we zoomed in to watch his demise.
I was looking at the orb and saving those, but chickens are interesting as well, that's fine.
What the people want, Henry. It's not about you.
Anyway, so like I said, $1,900 for NaVi, but they have got 2 orbs. They'll be tempted to force up into this. The money is getting a little bit dire for them. This has been a massive problem for NaVi in the past. Lots of force buys and not getting much for it. As we go into round number 14, they need this round to work as Astralis have taken the lead now, 7-6. NaVi actually only picked up 1 round since their 5-0 lead.
It's remarkable considering Astralis, the way they've come back into this game and the efficiency with which that they did so, because 2 straight rounds, they didn't lose a single member. They built their bank so massively that they could just control this, control the pace, bleed out all of the utilities from NaVi, and right now they're going to have to get aggressive, find something opening, but they're on to just the pistol with Zeus right now, so he can't win the range battle inside the hallway at A Apartments, and that's right now occupied by 3 Astralis players. Late Molotov to come out, that's from Flamey. Playing behind the sandbags. He's thrown that every single time he plays that position, so there is some read that Astralis can get on that.
Well, so far, they are just going to be holding towards second mid. This looks like more of an execute-based play with the smokes. NaVi just holding towards B. With the AWP, seeing if anyone will challenge him. He's being very patient, though. We have got an AWP towards outside of the map for the CTs, but they're not going to be facing just yet.
Seized is just desperate for that angle to work. It's Guardian that's toward Library, so it is a passive hold on the A site. Try and give these pistols a chance, namely the one that's on to Zeus. He's going to stay inside the smoke. He wants this close angle with Xyp9x, who once again is going to throw that Molotov, but it's going to be confronted by 2. And Edwards changed his angle away from Pit rather than inside of it this time, so it is a slight curveball. It's Kerrigan to drop first. Edwards got it because of the change, but look at Device. Immediately on B, takes down Flamey, and the bomb's gone in. The rotation came early. They sold this perfectly, and dupree's position's even better. Guardian's gone.
That's so perfectly played. dupreeh gets another one as well. It's another long con here as they fake towards the A side. Perfect smoke, so much attention granted towards them. And KaZhanB and Device just capitalized towards B. It's Device to open up the B side again with the AWP, and Device with dupreeh, in such perfect positioning in that arch area. Takes down 2. Xyp9x finds Zeus as well, and that's going to bring Astralis in towards an 8-6 lead as we go into round number 15. Zeus does find 1, but now they know where he is. He definitely wants to save the AWP. 2 players remaining. I'm sure Xyp9x will be on the hunt here, but let's see what KaZhanB can do as well. What are we shouting?
Apparently the old organization by which Astralis used to play.
That's changed, guys.
Yeah, that doesn't work anymore.
Why not?
The players decided to be businessmen as well, and they are taking care of business right now. Another round's going to go their way. AWP saved once more, though, so they are bringing those over round to round, and it's Seized this time who's actually dropped this. I'm wondering if this is Spawn. Okay, they did go back to Guardian late because he was buying out a rifle instead.
So the CT side of Inferno, one of Guardian's great maps actually with the AWP. He's always doing fantastic work and being very dynamic and moving around and causing chaos. He's actually only on 4 for 11. Quietest game he's had this whole tournament, I have to say, so far. It's Device is handling him every single time. And now we go to the final round of the half. UMPs, Max 7s, Famises, and they have got the AWP though.
Just to deliver this round. To paint the picture with the scoreline as well, Edward leads the way by 7 kills, actually, excuse me, 6 kills over Device, who has 11 in the server, but Edward's on 17. A one-man show right now. I mean, if Guardian was even half in this, it would make a huge difference.
Well, Edward only has the Max 7 this round. It's going to be much harder to deliver those sort of numbers with that weapon, but...
And Guardian, you'd expect him to hit that shot any day of the week, any second, any hour, and he misses that one again, so he's fallen back, and they know where the AWP is playing at this point as well.
Well, look at
good positioning, though. This is different for them to have this position right now. That Edward's in and toward bedroom, and it's going to be Xyp9x that spots it late, gets away from it. He's not even going to face that. He doesn't want any chance of giving away his AK-47, but finally, Guardian takes down Device.
Yeah, lovely shot from him, and it's one they needed as well, but it looks like Astralis are committed to the B side. Flamey coming in from spawn, takes down Kerrigan. They have a huge advantage now. Surely this is their round.
Smoke off on CT late. There is a rotation going towards Spools. Flamey's there, and it's Guardian that's stuck in the back of the site. He's going to have to buy some space here, Flamey, for Guardian. And they've already spotted up the first player. Flamey's actually going to try and time this. It's KaZhanB. Low HP goes down. dupreeh sitting in the open. Headshot from Flamey. Bomb dropped. 38 seconds to recover it. But it's just Xyp9x remaining.
Yeah, 5 kills to find as well. Guardian finally doing something here on the final round. Lovely shot into Device. And then at that point, once you have that man advantage, you can fall back. Astralis trying to force the situation, but it's Flamey going absolutely huge. Xyp9x making things interesting at the end, but redundant overall as it's the last round. 8 plays 7 for Astralis in the first half of the terrorist side. After going down 5-0, Matt, you have to say it's a very impressive comeback indeed.
And that's one of the most disciplined and strategic-oriented halves I've ever seen from Astralis, not only on Inferno, but ever. The patience that they played with is something that we've not seen from them. The discipline they had, how they were bleeding out time, bleeding out utilities, and utilizing smokes, was that was something else from Astralis.
That was an absolute mastermind set of calling from Astralis there. Their quad executions were just perfect. It worked like 2 or 3 times, and then the fakes they were chucking in as well in the mix. NaVi just had no idea what was going on. They took the bait every single time. Just working as a pack, great smokes, great flashbangs, and making sure the entry frags are working effectively. Kerrigan stepping up in a lot of those situations as well and making chaos happen when the fakes are coming in. dupreeh with great positioning and holding off the flanks in the fakes as well. Just a really nice alpha counter-strike from them. It was textbook stuff, and this is a prime example right now of that initial quad take. Just look how controlled it is, so methodical.
So sick. I mean, Kerrigan's the guy behind the reins of calls, and Again, I have to iterate, that was just such a good half of Counter-Strike. And as we said, NaVi, yes, okay, they've got 7 rounds to work, or excuse me, 7 rounds to work with. Going onto the T side, we know that they're capable of accumulating rounds, so this isn't done yet. If they can get the pistol, get rolling, it's the same effect the other direction, but Astralis have done such a good job, and now we know their T side, or excuse me, their CT rather, I get tripped up on which team's which right now, but is actually quite dynamic, and they can actually play. So another map where, yes, Device has gone back to be the primary op, but they can run a double op setup. Sure. They can 3-man on B for the fast pick and then rotate. They've got lots of different approaches that they like to take out of spawn and try and get that first pick early, to get that aggression early on the CT side.
It's looking like we are getting into the second half. We can still hear the chants of the chicken, of course. I'm sure he'll be making an appearance a few more times.
There's definitely an overabundance of chickens on Inferno, for whatever reason.
Well, we are getting to the second half now. We'll have a look at the buys coming in for both teams. NaVi desperately need this pistol just to revitalize themselves, and Guardian needs to come to life here. But here we go. 3 sets of armor so far for NaVi. Sees on the utility play. He's going to have the smoke grenade and 2 flashbangs. And Flamey yet to buy. He's keeping the $800 for now. There it is. The armor does come in. So 4 sets of armor. That, to me, suggests either a fast mid play or going straight towards Banana and smoking spawn.
And just to talk about the coaching role, you see Zonic there with a flip book of pages and notes, counter-stratting. That's where they come in. That's where coaches are so viable. They've got so much time to analyze, and we'll see what they've got planned. But Guardian right now has got the first pick. Edward and Guardian together just absolutely mow down the 3-man stack that's inside Banana.
Just a full-on rush B, why not? And there's actually 3 players from Astralis stacked up there as well. It's Zeus to find the 4th, just Zipex wondering what in God's name just happened to them. And it's the B rush that prevails. No damage really inflicted, but there it is. The first kill comes in for the CT. He's taking out Edward with the headshot. At this point, he's just trying to farm a little bit of cash here, Zipex.
He's just going to try and hold this out, but he's surrounded, completely surrounded.
Nice,
through
maybe.
CT, they're trying it, They want that extra 1,500. It nearly costs them dearly, but they get him down in the end with the pistol.
Well then, it's a very simple one, but sometimes they're the most effective strategies. 4 players rushing B and just finding those kills. 3 players from Astralis just didn't make anything happen. They got their heads ripped off, and Guardian found 2. As we're going to the second round here, 3 AKs and 2 UMPs for NaVi, and no force buy from Astralis, but they have got an incendiary and 4 HE grenades. You do have the option to nade down the top and middle at the very start, or you can go towards Banana and do 4 nades and try and do a massive amount of damage. Considering that's where NaVi went last round, that could be viable. And it's looking like 4 players stacked towards B for Astralis. First kill coming in from Edward, taking down Carrigan. But the HEs do come over the top of the back wall of B, and they don't actually do too much. Seas has gone down to 6 HP, but they haven't found a kill from it. Now, A bomb site is open. They would have saw that all those nades flew over, and of course, that gives away where the CT positions are. Okay.
Ooh. It's all good.
It's all fine.
Little blue screen error, that's fine. Perhaps a blue screen error from Astralis' CT start because they've given up that round, as you say, and it's a single UMP that's going to be picked up, though. That's in the hands of Zipex. We'll see if he can do some damage with this. This is actually smarter. He's going to fade away immediately rather than trying to drop rifles. He'll save this gun because, as mentioned, the CTs, they can't afford to force in nearly as much early on. So this will give him a bit more arsenal coming into the 3rd round.
Yeah, they'll just be trying to defend Zipex as he makes his way to the B side. It's going to turtle up and save the UMP. The other CTs, on the other hand, just have 5.7s and PT-50s. They can justify getting in some sneaky positions and seeing if they can find one of the rifles they see. It's a little bit audacious when he has 6 HP. And an AK in hand. I'll just be hiding in the apartment if I was him. That's exactly why. As he gets dropped, you can see now the team's reacting, trying to make sure they deny that AK being picked up.
And may just get there in time. Device limited inside the kitchen. Crucially, though, Zipex does stay alive with that UMP. Where do you play a single UMP on Inferno? Yes, you mentioned there's tight choke points, but where is it going to be viable in a situation where they're going to try and look for it, knowing that it's been picked up?
You could do a crossfire towards the cubby at Arch and have someone trying to bait you in, and like you just come and explode out, and you have a flashbang or a smoke to kind of hide you in. Like, there's not many options. It's not like he's going to set the world on fire with that weapon, but if you can find a kill and maybe pick up an AK, could get interesting, I guess. Let's see where Zipex decides to go. He'll be going towards B, and he could go towards sandbags or the tight left angle. We'll see what he decides to do. Actually getting a little bit aggressive here. Chuck the smoke down towards the bottom, so maybe he wants to push with this.
And it is Carrigan and Zipex that are looking to be the players back on the B site. They did try to bring, again, in all this reshuffling that they were doing, Device and Dupree to play those positions, but Carrigan and Zipex are just so good at it. Device goes down early. That's the MAC-10 kill. Dupree spotted up inside Boiler, and Zipex has brought that UMP back over, but it's spotted by Edward immediately, who turns around and takes down Cajun B, so he's building up money. 3 kills on that MAC-10.
It's a pretty simple round here. Technical stuff from NaVi. They take all 5 frags without dropping a single one. Edward farming a lot of cash at the MAC-10 there. 3 kills for him. And we go into round number 19 here. The buy comes in for Astralis. AWP on Device, of course. No AWP yet for NaVi. They could actually buy one and upgrade that Mac 10, swap weapons with Guardian. I would say that would be pretty viable at this stage considering the situation of the game, but they're going for that bonus round, what we discussed before, keeping an SMG and trying to keep the cash as strong as possible for the terrorist side. Can be very beneficial in the bigger picture of the game. The device now won't have anyone challenging him in terms of sniper battles.
Xyp9x is going to be solo in B right now. They're putting a lot of pressure onto it as well. NaVi, we talk about their clinical slow pace. They're actually looking quite quick right now, and Xyp9x is going to get caught right now. He's got to get back into the site, but there's no way to do it. The crossfire and the angle's held. It's Flamey to take him down. The rotation from dupreeh. It's just barely going to get here in time, because if a smoke came out, he would have had to rotate through spools, and it would have given the entry, but they're still going on this. Kerrigan's just coming in late. Good shot from dupreeh. Gets to Orange's one and finds the first kill.
Not overcommitting as well. Gets one frag and slows NaVi right down. They've had to readjust himself, but look at C's on the other side. He could catch Device out here. This frag's going to be huge, and it's Device with a headshot as well. What a shot that was. 4-on-2 now, and Guardian and Edward making their way towards middle, but they're going to be calculated and try and work out where the next CT lies. That's going to be Cajun B up in apartments.
Agent B, he just walks them in. Guardian gets spotted, takes down Edward. Bomb was dropped. There was no chance for NaVi in that one. Device is sick.
That was such a sick shot, you're right. It looked like he was caught out of position there, but look at this reaction. In fact, he lands a headshot as well. Good night, Seized. 10 plays 9 now. Astralis bounced back in the second half. But money's still strong, like as I mentioned before. NaVi, with that bonus round, have plenty of cash, and now Guardian does have the AWP. So this is the first real gun run going into this one.
Guardian has to use this AWP. This is when he has to come alive. A little bit early to mid. He's got their Device, goes for the fast peek, but immediately falls back. He doesn't want to face this. He won it on the T side. Doesn't want to make the same mistake that Guardian did by overcommitting to it. Xyp9x again going to play forward solo on this B site, so he needs to be a little bit careful. Thankfully for his sake, last time they took a bit of time to take him down to get that refrag. Otherwise, as I said, those rotations from dupreeh, it wouldn't have been there, and he wouldn't have been inside of Orange's one when we saw him make that play. So there's 4 aggressive A strat off the start. They need to be careful and weigh it out accordingly. If NaVi catch on, it could be problems. Smokes out, though. Seized is going to wait toward the car. Xyp9x and Kerrigan both forced back inside the B site. We haven't seen Astralis throw that deep banana smoke that they were known for about 4 to 5 months ago, so they have definitely changed things up despite using the same 2 players in that position.
Well, then Guardian is going to be holding towards middle, seeing if anyone will dare face him, but Device is poised and ready towards the outside. We have got Xyp9x and Kerrigan towards B, but NaVi with the banana control, going to be smoked out for now. That's going to cost them some time. It's looking like they're setting up for a B play here, potentially a B split. Let's see whether the CTs are able to hold this off. Time ticking away as we hit the 35-second mark.
Device with a wider angle, just holding tight, but misses the first shot. Has to fall back, smokes out on both sides right now, and that's going to give quad control to NaVi. Crossfire's trying to be established. Location inside the site. They brought Device back as well, and dupreeh, he gets up on the fence at Graveyard. Xyp9x has one. They're going to go on B because A's lost. Bombs down. Guardian gets at least 1 kill, but it's 1 versus 3. And this is desperate. Baits out the plant. Knows there's one. Kerrigan toward construction, and he's desperate to try and pull him out, but he's got 12 seconds. He has to find this, and Kerrigan is so smart. He will go down in the end, and Guardian, he's just going to have enough time.
Not smart enough, apparently, but the bomb will be planted, you're right. 2-on-2 now, and Guardian and Flamey on very low HP.
Super low, desperately low. As Device gets around, but Guardian's found dupreeh, so now he's starting to have an impact on Device. As you mentioned, this is a reset potential. He's got to reconsider this, but he knows it's just a 2 versus 1, so he goes anyway. He's got Guardian down. He finds Flamey, but Flamey's got the headshot instead.
What a shot from Flamey with such low HP as well. You thought Device had that one tied up after the first kill, but NaVi come out on top. A really nice execution, very similar from what we saw from Astralis, actually. All the smokes towards A, selling the fake with 2 players, finding frags and pulling CTs away from the B site and actually executing in with 3. And finding the kills in Guardian, like you said, clever play to take down Kerrigan with the fake plants. And a close clutch situation, but this shot from Flamey sealed the deal. So controlled and calm in that situation. And that round meant everything as well. And now Astralis will be on pretty much full EQ. You can see Cajun B and dupreeh have got some body armor here, but just pistols. PD-50s and a CZ. And Kerrigan has a 5-7 good number.
So this could potentially put NaVi up toward 12 rounds. This is exactly what we were talking about, getting that good start. Smoke's already set. Xyp9x going to try and go undetected. Kerrigan will wave the red cape and distract. Zeus, he's the first one around the corner. The first smoke has gone out towards CT. Will they check this or not? Kerrigan's done his job, but now they consider it. The second man in, Guardian covers the off angle. really well done, and then turns, finds Device immediately after. It's an AK for Guardian, but it works. He's got 2 kills, and they're in the site.
Yeah, not really much to report this round. Astralis unable to really inflict any damage there with their B-hold. NaVi coming in with the simple execute, smokes towards 4, Molotovs over the site, flashing the CTs out, making them face, and just hitting the easy shots in that situation. Cajun being Dupree. The players of Armor actually do survive, as I said, although Flamey finds him. And now it's going to be a 5-on-1. Cajun just cowering towards City Spawn, hoping he can find a player here, but it's not meant to be. 12 plays 9 now. It's going to be 5 plays 1 here in the second half. And NaVi, very similar scenes to what we saw at the beginning of the first half, actually. So Astralis always have the potential to bounce back, and their money situation right now isn't fantastic. Harrigan only had 1,400 last round, 1,900 to go into this one, so he has 3,300 total. They need to decide how he's going to go into this round. I'd assume maybe he gets a shotgun. Device will be investing into the AWP, but it's such a distinct lack of utility so far. He's only got the AWP, and that's it. And we'll get a couple of smokes now with Zipex and Carrigan working out how they approach the situation. So a pause comes in. I think this is a good time to take a pause, Matt. This is a difficult situation for them. Money isn't great. They need to work out how they're going to balance the books with Carrigan. This time he's going to be investing towards the FAMAS and 1 smoke. I think that's probably the best protocol here, as he just gets body armor. Of course, against AK-47s, head armor isn't always required, but you can see on the other side, Zeus has a UMP. And with 3 players of head armor, that gun becomes even more viable.
It's super viable. I mean, this is a must-win round for Astralis. This will put NaVi on 13, facing Eco for 14, and then Astralis has to try and claw back in, I mean, desperately, because again, NaVi, T-side, they'll do everything they can to bleed you down, just wear you, grind you, until you can't do anything, until it's all over.
Indeed.
Right now, I'm just taking a peek. The spawn position for Device. He's actually got he's looking toward mid, but he's got a B spawn.
Interesting as well that NaVi have plenty of cash to get the AWP, but they seem like they're having more success with the rifle setup so far. It's actually doing set pieces and executing with fakes, and that seems to be working as a tight unit here. Astralis not giving anything away in terms of the picks, so they feel like they're more effective as this sort of formation. And Guardian's actually having a much better second half. He's kicked 13 frags after only reaching maybe 5 or 6 in the first half. This will be round number 22. The pause will be coming to an end in 20 seconds. I'm just trying to work out what Astralis can do. Obviously, Device needs to go massive here. With CT side Inferno as well, you have many options with the AWP. You can obviously go face towards apartments. You can face down second middle. You can go towards banana. You can try and surprise the terrorists, try and find that first pick. I'd assume that's what they have to try and do here. 1 kit and not many grenades to play with. Device needs to find something out of this. As you mentioned, looking towards middle. Could just face towards T-steps. It's a little bit predictable, but good news is NaVi don't have the AWP, so that boosts his percentage chances at least finding that first pick. Here we go then.
Yeah, I mean, he is definitely committed to mid right now. You can just see it in his temperament inside his spawn. There it is, looking toward mid right now. In turn, with no AWP against them, will anyone even be available for this, though? Will there anyone be facing Device? Cajun B is going to wait. This is the smoke that's going to be thrown from A to add extra utility onto that B site to buy those players more time, potentially get Zipex in a position where they could rotate Kerrigan early. But it has been passive for them inside of Banana. They know that NaVi like to take control of it early, so they're not trying to establish that dominance and get Zipex down toward the tree, where he, again, has been known for in multiple situations. How quickly, though, look at Edward. He's already up the apartment hallway right now. He's already looking toward Cajun B at pit.
Yeah, efficient stuff from him so far. Cajun is in the pit, and Dupree will be backing him up as well, but this next frag means everything.
And as soon as they heard that, Dupree starts to backpedal a little bit because he knows that there's a chance they can bust out through apartments, and Cajun, if they go fast enough, might not be able to shut them down, and then they have problems giving up pit. But it is definitely a NaVi. A minute still in the round and already looking to execute. This is, again, faster pace from them, so we're seeing much different sides from both of these teams.
They've got full mid control as well. Device has fallen back towards the library area. Great position for him. If anyone from NaVi does decide to face, he should hit the shot. The flashbang hits him fully, though. Has to fall back and smoked out for now as well. What's the next move here? The bomb's still down towards second middle. There
it is. The smoke's used so well. Device has to change his angle to look toward apartments just to find a kill, just to do something. As Edward, he's going to get up. He's just going to hold this corner as well. But he needs to be careful because as he gets in, he's blinded up, and the player at apartments, Cajun B, could have nearly spotted him. That's exactly what happens. He goes down, and Device misses a huge shot, but the second time's a charm. Goes back out, and now Dupree in the pit. It's a shutdown from Astralis. It's just Guardian and Flamey. They're desperate to get in. Dupree's got the other. Pops up. Flamey gets at least 1 kill back, but it's him versus 4. Nearly gets Zipex. A little bit scary and close, but it is Astralis.
It was actually a really nice execution from NaVi there. It looked really promising. They'd pushed the AWPers back, smoked off the key areas, but going one by one through the smokes, it looked like a little bit too easy for Cajun B up in the apartments. They did a lot of damage from there, and at that point, Device is able to reposition himself from library and just miss a shot before he actually gets another one. So a lot of time granted before NaVi made their way onto the bomb site. And it brings things against 12-10, sorry. But that's the first round. The reset potential coming in once more. Their money's still not fantastic. You see Famises are out on Carrigan, but they have got a lot of grenades this round. All back out on Guardian this time. A change of pace for them.
It is, yeah, still passive again. Xyp9x at the top of Banana. Guardian, he's just waiting at the back side of apartments right now, the T side of apartments, for anyone to push. So this will just let the AKs go to work, try and get that map control. So we're not seeing the aggressive hybrid style from Guardian yet, where they try and use him to get the first pick. They use him when they get toward the sites. It looks like a Banana right now that's going to get a little bit more attention from NaVi.
Indeed. 4 players towards that side of the map. We have got Flamey holding the flanks towards apartments. CTs still have smoke grenades. Xyp9x has one, Carrigan has the incendiary, so they can hold them off when the push comes in. Still a minute to play with. Now they don't have to fully commit to this side, but the smokes, will the execute start to come? Will they be committing towards this?
Smoke on spools.
I think they're waiting for the reaction and seeing if the CTs throw anything back. They still have 2 smokes available, making 3 actually on the terrorist side, and that's the smoke they wanted to bait out from the CTs with so much time to play with as well. That's perfect news for the terrorist side.
And Device is yet to budge on that archway side. He'll be the first rotation, but they don't have information yet on NaVi's positions. Molotov to go toward the back of the site, in toward new box. Xyp9x though playing over closer to Evo. Orange is 1, the Orange is 2 failed. It didn't land. So they actually still have Carrigan in position. He might be able to do something there, and it does. A failed Molotov, they're not ready for it. Device rotates fast, cuts 1 from CT. But Edward gets back into Xyp9x, and it's a 2-2 trade with bomb going down for NaVi.
Yeah, they're smoked out for now. Dupree makes his way towards construction. Flashbang's coming over as well. They have got control of that garden area of his Device, rattling off shots with the AWP. Cajun B from Banana takes down Zeus. Now a real opportunity is the 3-on-2.
Guardian staring down that CT position. This is the first shot on Dupree. He's going to try and advance on that second one as well as he goes for the fast peek. Third, not going to happen. Cajun B, he gets Guardian. They know Edward's inside of Evo, and it's Dupree that gets him.
What a retake that was. So coordinated. Cajun stepping out massively. He's way-taken from Banana. He's got such a disadvantage in that position, but lands the shots that are required. And it was 2 players being dropped, and that execution from NaVi was so cool, actually. The fact they went towards B and just baited out all the smokes in the CTs and allowed themselves still have enough utility to fully Molotov and smoke off key areas. They managed to get the entry kills, but wasn't quite enough on the retake as Astralis find all the players without dropping 1. And we're going to round number 24. 12 plays 11 now. The money not fantastic for NaVi. You can see they've got 2 smokes, 1 flashbang, and Guardians on full glass cannon AWP. This would take them down to an eco if Astralis could win this round and tie things up at 12-12.
Dupree right now, the only one over on quad side, has 3 that are on the opposing side of the boiler at alt mid, and Zeus is going to try and jump up and get inside of it quickly. Thankfully, they brought Cajun back over to that pit position, so different from what we saw from Edward, who was extremely good, I have to say, despite the troubles that NaVi had at holding that pit position. It's actually sort of a 2-man approach from Astralis, because Dupree's been supporting on Cajun so commonly, and in fact letting Cajun get aggressive, as we see here again, jumped up on top of the balcony. It's Dupree that just watches the off angle from Boiler and turns as soon as Cajun calls for it, but he's getting aggressive. He's going to spar off against Zeus. Bomb down, needs to find the second, but Edward's there for the refrag, and Cajun's just going to be patient in all of this, but Seized has Carrigan. 1 rotator already down. Device has to cover in. Oh, toward the Chuck. Slow reaction. Can't find it, but Cajun does drop bomb. It's still a refrag. Pit's given up. This is really good for NaVi.
Yeah, Device had the chance to get a couple of frags there, not landing the shots this time. 3-on-2. And NaVi, with that final smoke, will be locking him out as he has to decide to push through. Xyp9x coming from quad. Can he get this next kill? He's going to take a hell of a lot of damage there. And I don't think this is viable now for Astralis.
Edward, though, catching Zip at the top of mid. Device has to fade away. So the reset, it's not going to come in as mentioned. Device, if that kill had to come in, that would have been massive, because everyone's in 3 digits right now in terms of money on NaVi's side, so it would have been a lot harder for them to try and rebuy into this.
Yeah. Well, he will be saving the AWP, but NaVi, such a low buy from them. Like I said, Guardian, Glass Cannon had 1 smoke and a flash to play with. They're staying as a tight unit, gaining the mid control, and working as a trading machine as they make their way to the A site, and Device won't save the AWP. You're absolutely right. Money in Astralis camp isn't fantastic, you know. They could buy this with 2 players, sub 4K. You can see Dupree and Xyp9x on 3,000. They will be buying up into this. He's going to go with the max 7. Xyp9x can't really do much more than a 5-7 in armor here. As you're going to round number 25, not a single kit And once again, Astralis up against the ropes. This is a huge round for NaVi. If they were to win this one, it would actually be almost full eco for Astralis. So this round map, although we're at 13-11, could mean map points.
Absolutely the case. Guardian again on that AWP is just going to hold the bottom of middle as Edward. All things considered. dupreeh with that shotgun trying to play close at top mid. It's not often you see it outside of Boiler. Normally it's inside the stairwell at apartments, but Flamey's going to be the one heading that direction. Finds out that it's clear. They've already Molotoved in through Boiler, through the hole in the wall, and cover off the bedroom as well. dupreeh's desperate for this. Needs to be careful not to overextend to his right. He'll be faced, but he does get Edward. That's one way to use a Mag 7.
What a shot that was. That's all they needed. Something to give them the advantage going into this one.
And they're still inside of these apartment positions. They haven't given up on this thought just yet because they know it's a Mag 7. So what else are they lacking in their buy? Do they have these rifles up? That's the question. They still don't have that information on where the M4s, if there are M4s playing. I'm sure they expect some, but how many and where?
Well, NaVi being very slow and methodical right now. Going to be bunching up towards the quad side. It's going to be dupreeh and KGB with the crossfire device. Not far behind as well. What's the next movement was NaVi this time?
They've given Guardian so much space here, though. He's already overlooked Pit. He's covered off toward the statue, but by the time he finds the man inside of it, dupreeh's going to be facing the flashbang. It's not quite there, but he does actually tag up Cajun B through the edge of the truck. That allows Zeus, but good position. Again, dupreeh, the Mag 7 tries to go for the jump. Needs to find the next kill, but it's Zeus instead. And suddenly now Bomb will go down, and as you said, this round had everything riding on it. And they're still considering it. They know how important it is. Kerrigan's going to push through the smoke, try and wrap back through quad. Xyp9x has to distract, flashbang out to try and support him around the corner. But it's two players inside Pit facing him down, one of which is Guardian. And now they know it's not possible.
Oh, that's it. NaVi looked a bit hairy at times as dupreeh have found 2 Mag 7 kills, but it wasn't enough. The crossfire's not really working out for them. It's Guardian that legged the first player and Zeus to finish him off as they made their way onto the A site. And like I said, a huge round there. Xyp9x just with a 5-7. Kerrigan does save an M4. They go into the next round with $1,900 and 4 players and absolute nothing. Just dupreeh with a little bit of cash here. So, as I said, this could mean map points. And the last time these guys played up in this map, it was Astralis that took Inferno. It was the only map they took, in fact, in that best of 3.
Yep, and it's a scary thought when you consider it. Force again, because what choice do you have in this situation? I think there's 3 M4s that have been bought up so far.
Well, they did save an M4 and a 5-7 in body armor, so that helps distribute the wealth a little bit. But it's 2 M4s here.
It is just the 2. I thought I saw a third come out.
Three pistols, 1 defuse kit, and 4 smokes. Once again, need to be finding that first frag as dupreeh did it with the Mag 7 last round. Someone needs to step up once again. They can't allow a full execution to come in with the lack of firepower they have right now.
So Flamey once again going to try and clear them the apartments. Kerrigan and Xyp9x have been played so passive in that B site the entirety of this game. They're forced to do the same this time just strictly by not having rifles. 2 5-7s on B. C's inside a banana already, but it's Cajun again on the balcony with also just a pistol to try and cut this off, to try and make this work. Bombs intentionally dropped at the top of alt middle as well. This will allow them to execute. They'll grab when needed. Not to have it dropped in an awkward position. Potentially throw the round. And again, it's patience from NaVi as always. dupreeh's also way back toward Graveyard. Spotted. Flamey, eyes of a hawk to see him in that position. Through 2 railings. That's such a hard texture to find, but the shot is so perfect, and now it's on device in the sight. He's got one of the M4s, goes to the pop blast, but no one's in the gap. Now they are! He's got 2! Mowed down immediately!
Massively played there from device. Had to find something. He gets 2. It's not over just yet, though. Flamey coming to the bomb site. Cajun with the CZ. Gets 2 somehow. Astralis are not done just yet. It's going to be a 4-on-1. C's the last player remaining. Is going to get taken down by Kerrigan in the end, and the pistols prevail. Somehow staying alive here. What a round to win from Astralis.
So big, so massive. They were done, dead, over, map 1 gone if that round didn't work out. Set the crossfire and device, the timing. When he first peeked, no one there. They didn't expect him to be there at all because they'd already checked it, they'd already crossed it. He mows 2 down, and now look at the money. It's back the other way. It's Tech 9s, and only one of them complemented by 2 Deagles on Edward and Guardian for NaVi. This is brilliant from Astralis, a chance back into this.
We thought we were done then. after Flamey got the initial pick as well. Somehow, Device and Cajun B going absolutely huge there in the 5-on-4 with the CZ and M4. And they are absolutely right, NaVi now. Not really much to work with, just P250s, Glocks and a Deagle. Zeus has invested in head armor, so I assume he's got a little bit more money than everyone else, which he does, so that's fine. As we into round number 27. More of a default here. They're hoping a CT faces they can make some work with these Desert Eagles. It's going to be Zeus getting control of the apartments, making his way towards Boiler. Flamey edging in towards Banana as well. He's actually going to be challenging. He's only got the P250, so this is a difficult battle for him. Does a little bit of damage. Actually takes Karrigan down to 29 HP, but he does get dropped in the end.
Interesting that he was the one to lurk the offsite that time because he had been doing so much work in apartments before. And C's is going to go the same direction now, hoping that that one single kill might indicate the rest are heading toward A, and they catch them in rotation, in transition, but Xyp9x and Karrigan, there's no reason for them to move. They're being disciplined. What a shot from Edward. Refrag onto Device. And I'll potentially grabbed out of this too because there's smoke and no one peeking out from the pit right now, and he's going to try and hold this. They need to get C's back in position. He's still working onto the B side. He's caught by Karrigan. Bombs down. That's got to be the round.
Yeah, absolutely. Once the bomb's called, Xyp9x holding CT spawn. Edward just desperately hoping that someone rotates in this situation. He's got 30 seconds remaining. No chance of winning, but he has picked up an orb. So something to take away. If he can just survive with that, that's absolutely fine. But he looks like he wants more out of this. Going to be taken down in the end. And Xyp9x to find the final kill. And the scoreline gets ever closer. 14 plays 13 now in favor of NaVi. Money's still not fantastic.
Exactly. No bomb plant means that Flamey, Zeus, and Seized all sit within the realms of 3K, between 3 and 4K. It's not an ideal position to be in, but Guardian immediately straight to the AWP. Fortunately for them, he can afford to bring that out.
This is a big play from them. They could have allowed Astralis to get to 14-14 and had tons of cash going into the next one, but they want to get to map point right now. A pause coming in, I think that's a sensible time to take it as well. This is a huge round going forward. If they were to lose this one, there's only $2,400 coming in next round, so a fully invested round. This reverse situation. This could actually mean Astralis getting to map points. It's been a very back and forth affair here, but Astralis firmly in the driving seat this round. Device back on the AWP himself. And NaVi now just taking their time to work out how they approach the situation. I would assume they'll be slowing things down. They have a lack of grenades going into the next one, so Guardian will be trying to work the picks, trying to get him mid-control, let him face towards quad, maybe pick towards the arch side as well. But they have got some very articulate executions. We've seen those so far, but as I said before, the lack of grenades are going to make those much more difficult.
And what a way to pull back into this from Astralis again. The most lackluster quasi-buy you could possibly imagine seeing.
Yes, 3 pistols and 2 M4s somehow works out for them. That was a huge round. And if they come back and win this, you've got to feel like that was the turning point.
There's an old chant. But right now, NaVi still trying to talk this out. 38 seconds left to do so. Remember Starix, former player on this roster, replaced by Flamey when he stepped back into the coaching role. He often is vocal in these positions. We talk about NaVi getting volatile in so many situations when they do slip away in these leads, but hasn't been much in terms of mistakes made in tilt material. This is just a straight up good fight from Astralis to pull their way back in.
Agreed. And the timeout will be coming to an end here. 10 seconds remain on it. We can see the buy that has come in for NaVi. It's 1 Tech 9 and Seized, Zeus with the Galil, and 2 AKs. They have got a reasonable amount of grenades here. 4 smokes, a couple of Molotovs, and some flashbangs. But look at the buy for Astralis. It's so strong. They've got absolutely everything within their arsenal, including the AWP on towards Device. We'll have a look at his spawn as well. He has a decent. He could actually go towards apartments with this, or go for the face towards top and middle. Let's see where he decides to go. The battle between Guardian and Device continues.
And it's been Device that's been the victor in so many cases. Have to give props to Edward while we've got a chance to, because he has single-handedly done so much for NaVi in this game to even give them this chance. Currently sits on 28 frags, but Guardian not spotting anyone toward top mid. This time it's Dupree that stays passive over on that arch position, but look inside apartments. They actually are going to try and use this. This is different. This is something entirely different. It's the bait and switch play, because with Cajun sitting quietly still in that position, it's going to be Device that falls down the hallway and tries to bait them out or catches the crossfire on a refrag. So Cajun doesn't need to peek the stairwell and get caught where Device can't get the shot again. He just has to wait for them to walk up into the angle where it's favorable, and this might work. They've faded the first player off this, but there's still Facing? No, they're not. Cajun's gone all the way back in.
Yeah, change of stance there for Cajun. He went aggressive towards the T-steps of apartment and actually found that first kill on towards Flamey. That shuts them down, and any tactic they had in mind of getting control of that part of the map has been eradicated. 5-on-4 now, minute remaining. And the lack of equipment they had only gets worse now with a player dropped as well. Device and Dupree holding the arch side, actually playing a very passive setup here, just allowing NaVi to come onto the bomb side before any confrontation ensues.
Coordinated jump peeks there we saw from both Guardian and Edward to make sure that they could bait out a shot, give Guardian the chance for the refrag, but that Molotov buys more space and time for Astralis. Device, smoke comes out in front of him. Last time this happened, he faded away and was able to pick one up, but it's NaVi changing it up. They're going to try and wrap around through CT. Device is aware, but he spotted it. He's got Zeus. Such good awareness from Device. Nearly gets caught, though, does. Switches to the knife too soon, and now Edward's got CT spawn to work with. It's going to be a segregated Kerrigan and Zippix that are finally going to be tested within the depths of this B site. Zippix is just waiting for this smoke out initially to cover off oranges. That limits Kerrigan's ability from Nubox to try and spray into this, and Zippix is desperate, but he does get one. He finds Seized inside of the Guardians into the site, but it's Zippix to turn it around.
Amazing work there from Zippix. Went for the full spray through the smokes. NaVi just didn't have time to clear out the site. They throw a smoke on towards the steps, trying to plant them inside it. It's a desperation play, and Zippix wasn't having any of it. He shuts them down, and it's 14-14. It was a nice idea from NaVi. They went for the B split through CT spawn. 2 players at B, 2 for spawn. Couldn't find the frag. Device found one, and this gave the early call to his teammates, and they were just so ready for that play. NaVi now, forced by, of course, round number 29. We've gone the full distance here. They've got one Galil, P250s, and Tech 9s. They're all in this stage. And Astralis homing in on map points here in our first semi-final of the day.
Device, quick shot into the flash. No one peeks accordingly. Does force him back, though, again. At least to the corner. Smoke's looking to go front library once more. Again, though, they smoke about that time. He finds the kill regardless. He's just got such good awareness, and he's able to adapt in those situations. Device having an excellent game when he finds Flamey, who goes alone. He's trying to bait out the shots. It does force Device back because he is tagged up. He's down to 12 HP, but they've already rotated Kerrigan over, and he's going to go passive, though. The smoke on the archway means he can't come into the fight. Device spots one going by. No scope, doesn't hit it. Where's the refrag? He's low. He's on 12. He has to be so careful. And Edward gets up. That smoke, Kerrigan couldn't do anything about it. Seized. He's walked in. They're both down. NaVi might find the first map point, and it's them with the quasi-buy this time. Kerrigan trying to get ground back into the site that they lost. The bombs planted. That's almost going to seal it. It's just Kerrigan 1 versus 4.
What an audacious play that was from Device to give his frag away like that, but Kerrigan's not done quite yet, although he may be as he's making his way towards CD spawn. You're absolutely right. NaVi with 4 pistols and a Galil somehow get themselves to map point. And it actually lost the first frag as well. It's Device who's 12 HP. What a weird decision from him to run out. He could have given the information. He's called the player's gone past. He's going for a no-scope. It's so high risk.
And I think it was miscue because he was expecting Kerrigan to push out and cover him off, but he was still smoked in that arch. He couldn't do anything about it. So Device literally put him in no man's land. Put himself in no man's land. And
it's crazy.
That's haunting. Not to mention Seized. You got to give him credit. 2 picks on the arch, or the pit side.
All he had to do was allow that player to run past and then just hold the angle to stop anyone else joining him. They've got the information there. They had players in the pit, and that's a massive round for Astralis to lose. And now we are straight back into this and actually have the lead now into round number 30. Astralis need this just to take us towards overtime, and NaVi can finish this right here, right now.
Guardian onto a rifle this time, not going to have the AWP. Despite that Devices was available at the end of the last round, they didn't grab it, they didn't go with it. They want a fast execution. They want to try and let Guardian use this rifle to complement the entry frags, the lurk play that Flamey's been trying to use, and Zeus right now is going to go ahead and take over Banana once more. So again, pandering out across the map, NaVi trying to get that control. And as you always say, Henry, bleed out the CTs.
Of course, that's the name of the game, and you know they're up against the ropes in terms of the economy. NaVi are the masters of this, slowing the round right down, baiting out grenades from the CTs, and it's leaving them with nothing to play with once they actually make their way on towards the bomb site. So far, so good for NaVi. Classic NaVi play, just holding up, allowing Guardian to gain control and try and work that first pick. Device has got the orb towards Arch, and looks like Guardian may be deciding to face towards that area as well. Edward and Flamey gaining apartment control. Got to be Molotoved off for now. But they will slowly get it. The CTs fall back into more of a passive hold here.
They clear out the bedroom in doing so, but this is interesting. Kerrigan's coming over early so that they could rotate the man on Arch side. Dupree over to port Device and Cajun B. Everyone's here. Device, AWP, gonna face, spots the gun barrel.
Here we go.
Guardian, if you dare step forward,
Whoa.
it's a problem. Device has him. First pick again for Astralis. They have to slow this down. They have to maintain it. And Zeus, he cuts Kerrigan. Now they've got the option to rotate through CT. Edward's got Device. This might be done. Dupree peeks back. He has to get some ground, but Flamey gets Cajun. Where's the bomb going to go? It's still sitting top mid.
Dupree has a decent position in the apartments coming towards the boiler room. This kill is huge. It's seized to get it. Zipex now in a 3-on-1. This is it. NaVi are going to take map 1. I don't see any sort of realm where Zipex can win this. It'll be an absolute throw from NaVi, but he has to give it his all.
No choice. Has a smoke, has a flash, has the kit, and 100 HP. Smoke's not going to go for a ninja. It's going to go toward Pit, and Flamey doesn't care. He pops up. And NaVi are one map away from returning to a final in back-to-back majors. And Edward deserves all credit in this game.
32 frags from him. Fantastic stuff.